Welcome back to another episode of Wild Sports. I'm Fu. Got my boy Sean here with me.
What up?
We're talking playoffs.
College football playoffs.
So, of course, I know I'm biased in this thing, but your top four come out. You got Michigan, Washington, Texas, Alabama. Alabama sneaks in over Florida State. I know I'm biased, but I have to commend the college playoff committee because I think they got it right in the sense of leaving Florida State out. I think there are some questions to be had um, as far as if that's the route you're going. Was it like that all the way across the board? Because personally, I think if you're ranking it that way, if you're saying Alabama is better than Florida State because their quarterback's out, which I agree. I hate it for Florida State. I really
We
do.
all do, by the way.
I love it for Alabama, but I also feel for those guys. I mean, they did go 13-0. An injury happened, and it just happens to be at the one position. There can't be an injury. If they would have lost Keon Coleman, their stud wide receiver,
They'd make it in.
They'd make it in.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they went out and beat Louisville on Saturday night by 3 touchdowns, they would have got
They're
in.
This is what fans of non-SEC fans, SEC haters, this is what they're don't understand. This is what Florida State fans don't understand. This is what people who just don't really pay attention to college at all that much don't understand either. It's not because we want an SEC team in. Yeah. It's not because we want, I guess, that's really Bama or Georgia in, whatever the case they think it is. The average margin of victory in the first round is like 20-something points.
Yeah.
And that's including last year's 1 point and 6 point victory in the first round. So before last year's stuff, it was probably high 20s, 4 touchdown games.
Yeah.
For the Florida State and or for the fans that think Florida State should have gone in, that are using look what backups have done in the past. All right, let's visit that subject. They referred to Max Duggan as a backup. We saw an entire season's work, and he was the Heisman runner-up.
Yeah.
Bad argument. You lose that argument 10 times out of 10. Ohio State did it with Cardale Jones, blah, blah, blah. Cardale Jones almost threw 7 touchdowns in the Big Ten championship.
They won 59-0.
Like, don't even try to compare that.
That's right.
Florida State struggled to move the ball on Louisville. All
Yeah.
respect to Louisville. Actually, none. They lost me some stuff. They also said, I'm drawing a blank now. I lost my train of thought.
Talking about
but that's the backup quarterback argument right there.
Yeah.
It's not the same. You're comparing apples to oranges when you're arguing in that battle and referring to TCU and Ohio State from previous seasons.
Yeah.
We saw the body of work succeed. And while a win is a win, you're going to get trounced with this quarterback against any 3 of these teams. 4 if you include Georgia.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm in agreement with you. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's the key position. You can't, most deserving? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I understand.
Undefeated ACC champ.
I get it. And it's a terrible situation. I mean, I really do. I mean, seeing that video of them it sucks. It really does. Because, look, those guys work their tail off.
They work their ass, yes.
It's like I'm a fan, and I'm excited for Alabama, and I'm glad our guys got to get in. I know they were excited, but, those dudes worked really hard, and I hate it. I hate it for the coaches. I mean, it is just – but I think they got it right in the sense of leaving them out. So it brings me to my next point, the Bulldogs. This is where it gets interesting to me because, I'm thinking if, I see where they put Georgia 6 and Florida State 5. So it's kind of like
I feel like they did that for consolation.
I do. So I think it would have been a real slap in the face if they would have. Maybe that's why. But that's why I would like to know these meetings. Because do you think Florida State with a backup quarterback is better than Georgia? Absolutely not. So like, I don't know. Do you
I'm gonna
feel
touch
like
on your
there's
first point.
Do you
Your
feel like there's any reason that Georgia should have got in, given what all
got
happened?
in, yeah.
Okay, so if you're, because I'm gonna be like, this is where like I get conflicting because I'm like, I think it's the best four teams, but I think it's a combo of
Well,
kind of
no,
both.
it's 100% a combo
I think it's a
because
most
you've got a most
deserved.
deserving in there with Washington. You've got one of those because Washington's not a best four team in college.
I
They're
don't.
just
They're
not. We've
finicky.
seen
I
their
don't.
body of work.
Yeah, I mean, I think
They're
they're
good. They're
dangerous.
very
They're
good.
dangerous.
Dangerous is a great word for it.
Dangerous is what I think.
Dangerous is a great word for it.
I think it's gotta be. I think it's a combo. You know, like
Yes.
because like they said, I agree. Like all the games got to be played. Like the body of work does matter. You can't just go in there and be like, okay, you know, Georgia gets in because they're Georgia. You know, because I mean, I get it. I've seen it before. It's like they're the big bad dogs. They've won, back to back, so they've already got that. But just given the year, I don't see how you could put Georgia in over the other three, not counting Alabama. How you could slide them in over any of the other three teams? Do I think Georgia's better? You darn right I do. Like no doubt to me that I would rather play Michigan, Washington, or Texas. Even I know Texas beat us, but I would much
Now
rather play all three of those than Georgia.
this was early November or middle of November that I pulled this out. It was college football playoff top 5 teams versus ranked teams this season. And at the time, it was Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Florida State, Washington. Everyone was undefeated. Ohio State down to Washington 2-0, 3-0, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Points per game differential. Ohio State was plus 5.5. I'm going to skip Georgia. Michigan was 9. Florida State was 19.5. And then Washington was 6.7. Georgia was 27.3 against ranked teams differential. They did what they had to do. The only game they didn't do it was the most important game. So I understand why they got left out. You get put into the most important game and you can't get it done.
Yeah,
Understood. I mean, there were so many more aspects that they were dominant. Now for the fans that are like, oh, we've won 29 in a row, they should have let us. This is our first loss in 29 games. 17 of those games don't matter.
Yeah.
17 of those games, 80% of the guys are playing on Sunday right now.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't count towards these 12 games.
Yeah.
That's what they got to understand. Yes, the 29 game in a row, incredible feat.
Yeah.
Incredible feat. Like, taking nothing away from that.
Probably not going to be able to be beat again with this with the new SEC. It would be, I have a feeling that's a record that's going to stand for quite some time.
It could. But you never know. I think they got it right, but I don't like the fact that half of their 4 is most deserving and half of their 4 is, oh no, I'd say 25% of their 4 is most deserving. That'd be Washington. Half would be, actually I'd say Michigan's most deserving too. So I'll go half. And then the other half is best teams. And I think what screws the entire thing up is Texas. And the reason I say that is because if it was just a different team that beat y'all earlier this year, Georgia and Bama get in. Like if Texas had not beaten Bama, they would have had to have a team ahead of y'all.
Yeah,
we would have been the team ahead of y'all.
Because really,
it'd probably been 3-4 Bama and then Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, us losing to Texas, it kind of log jammed the whole thing. That's why we've been stuck. It
messed everything up.
We've been stuck at 8 for 5-6 weeks, and we've had some big wins in that. But it's like they could never jump us because Texas, we always stayed right where but rightfully so. But it really did. the whole us losing to Texas at the beginning of
Screwed
the year,
everything up.
it really did mess a lot up. I mean, for other people,
Right. No, I
it ended
mean
up working out.
for the committee, not like teams wise. I just meant like for the committee, they couldn't
Yeah,
justify doing what they should do, which is best four, without saying, "Shoot, Texas has to be in there,"
yeah,
because they beat a team that we think is in the best four.
yeah,
So now we have to boot one of the best four out because of, and if anyone wants to argue that Georgia's not one of the best four teams in this of this season, please, I'll leave whatever in my Instagram down there, whatever you want.
yeah.
You are drunk if you don't think Georgia's a top four team in this season.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think Texas is really good.
I haven't
I
watched enough of
really,
them, but I think
I,
they're good.
I think, I mean, I really do think they are really good.
What's funny, I think I watched 2 games of theirs. It was the Bama game where I was watching while at a Phillies game,
Yeah,
and then the second game I watched was the Oklahoma game. So I really didn't have too much to like
I mean, they've
base it
got
off
a lot
of.
of talent. I mean, it was like the stat we talked about. I think they've got what was it, like 18 guys that they're saying are draftable. Like,
Oh
and
wow.
the only teams that have that are like, I don't think it's like seniors. I think it's guys that could come out and might not come.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, I saw some statistic like week 2 when we played them. It's like the only teams that have had that have been like the national champion teams, like Alabama, Georgia. So it's like they've got the metric of talent to be. I think they are that good.
And then you've got a very creative play caller, and that's part of a
Yeah,
winning what is it? Winning, not mentality, but like chemistry. Oh,
yeah,
formula. There we go. A winning formula. You have to have a creative play caller these days, in my opinion,
yeah.
in
Have
order to
you
win the
seen?
whole thing.
Did you see? Like he did it against Alabama a couple of times. Quinn Ewers, like I don't know if he's lucky or he's like he. Have you seen how he throws deep balls? Like
No, I'll have to pay more
they
attention.
are like lobs. Like it's so weird. He just either has like really, really, really good touch. He did it twice against Alabama, and I saw him do it in the conference championship game. And I swear he throws it like as high as he can. It's so weird. You have to go look at some.
Good old Russell Wilson style.
I mean, he like lobs it, but he throws it and they run right. It's like throwing a pop fly, and they just run underneath it. I mean, it's pretty impressive. But yeah. So okay, so this is. I know we're going to a 12-team playoff next year,
Correct.
and I look at it. So I was looking through it. Tell me your feelings on the highest rated non-power 5 team getting an automatic bid. That's going to cause chaos.
It'll cause chaos, but I love it.
Do you? I don't.
I do, only because who doesn't love in March? And I know we're cross referencing one of my least favorite things to do in all of sports talk.
Yeah, this is your. You hate this.
But in March, when the George Masons made their run, when the Chicago Loyola made their run, man, everyone was just on top of it. Everyone loved every second of it. So if we have like a Liberty coming up, or we have a Coastal Carolina coming in there, who would it be this year?
Liberty.
It would be Liberty. Okay. Well, this is like one of their worst teams they've had in years, which is hilarious. I think when who's Auburn's coach, when he was there, that was their best team.
He freeze.
Freeze, that's right. But I mean, I'm kind of for it. I'm more indifferent than for it. If it happens, cool, and I'll root for them against anyone except for Georgia.
Dude, it's in there. It's gonna happen. Like it is the top. I think they have to be in the top 25.
I would hope so. Yeah.
But like let's just say if Alabama would have lost to Georgia in the SEC championship, let's lay it out that way.
Okay.
There's a good chance they would have dropped to number 12 and been left out over Tulane. Or no, I mean over Liberty. Or no, I think it's Tulane.
I
Is
was
it?
gonna say I didn't think it was Liberty this year.
No, I think Liberty got into the Fiesta Bowl.
But yeah, I thought it would have been two
Anyway,
because I saw
you're going
something
to
about
tell
it.
me that you're going to leave a team like this year. I don't know who 12 was, Oklahoma or LSU. Like, who's going to cause more chaos? Jaden Daniels going into,
Bingo. No, you don't even have to say the other team.
or it's stupid. It's just that I don't look. I understand you have like the Boise State years where those guys. I mean, they were
Right.
good for years. So like that I understand, but they were probably ranked in the top 10. Or at least top 15.
Yeah,
Like,
Oklahoma was 12, LSU was 13, and Liberty was 13-0 at 23. Tulane's not ranked, so it would have been Liberty.
yeah, so you're going to put Liberty in over a team that could actually probably make some. I mean, I'm not saying there's not a chance that they come in there and maybe win a game.
Here's
Maybe
what's funny though.
it's going
Let's
to be
just
like a
say
16 seed, dude. It's not.
let's say that happened, right? Let's just say the 1 through 12, just what I just said happened, right? With the current standings we're in, we would have number 12 Liberty at number 5 Florida State. That would be an undefeated Liberty playing against a second string Florida State. I give the edge to Liberty. Go Flames.
I see what you did. And then Liberty goes and plays who?
Florida State.
No, who would they play if they won? They have to go play the 1 seed.
Yeah, they'd have to. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you might get an upset, but
I wonder how they're going to do that. Are they going to do?
I think they do
like reshuffling after the first round. I don't know what they're going to like.
No,
I wonder if they're going to do reshuffling after the first round.
No, I think
like one seed gets the lowest seed, and
I don't think so. I think it's just like a tournament. It's set.
But yeah, this year, if it happened this year, if the 12th team happened this year, you'd have 4 round buys for the top 4 that are currently in. You'd have Liberty at Florida State. You'd have a rematch of Ole Miss at Georgia. You'd have a rematch of Penn State. This time they're at Ohio State. I think Ohio State was at Penn State this year. And then you'd have a absolute phenomenal. This actually might be the bowl game this year. Missouri at Oregon. Isn't that the bowl game this year?
Oregon plays Liberty. See, that's what I'm saying, dude. You can't put. I don't. If I think they should have to be at least.
I only roll my eyes because I think the
Missouri
Oregon matchup would be fantastic.
I don't like letting a non-power 5 conference team in there. I don't. And I think you should just be in the. Because look, Boise State those years was up there. Like, I don't think you should just. It's like a participation trophy. Like, oh, the little guys did good, so here we're going to put you in with the big guys and see what you can do.
I just think that.
I don't like it.
Oregon Mizzou would be one hell of a game.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying?
How did they mess that up?
There's already chaos ensuing that I'm sitting here thinking of. Because it's going to be tough when you go through these.
Oh, I know. Steps. Trust me. Everyone's like, oh, the 12 team is going to fix everything. No, the heck it's not.
You're going to have a team like Alabama or Georgia or Oregon or FSU or a big, a blue blood of college football get left out of the playoffs sitting at 12 because a non-power 5 conference is going to get in. And it's going to cause chaos. So you basically have to be within the top 11.
Like what kills me, not kills me, sorry. What really needs to happen, and I think we disagreed on this, I can't remember. This committee needs to be private. And let these analysts be the voice behind them. Let these analysts explain why they think it happened. But having someone always come out and have to defend their stance, it's just not a good look. Because when you come out and you say, oh yeah, we used the criteria of this, and that, and clearly they did not use that criteria. It's the best 4. It's the best 4. I'm sorry, but it ain't the best 4.
I just don't believe in the secret society. I think it should just be a public, be able to see it. I think it just needs to be transparency.
I also forgot to mention this during my Florida State rant. So, Florida State fans, I apologize that I forgot this, but I am going to add it in here. For those of you that think the committee screwed y'all, there's 13 committee members. 8 of them are ACC athletic directors. 8 of 13 voted y'all not to get in there. Go after your own ADs.
That's it.
In your own conference. The conference gets better if you're represented. They decided not. Just saying.
Well, like I said, I'm excited for the playoff day. I think you got some good.
I'm excited. I think great matchups coming in.
I think good matchups. So we'll see what comes of it. We'll talk about some bowl games, I'm sure, here coming up. But y'all let us know what you think about the playoff committee. They get it right, wrong. How y'all feeling? What's your top 4? But y'all like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Peace. I'm missing it.